When did loving your family mean letting them hurt you? In my family, we were taught that love meant catching my sister's violent tics with our faces and apologizing for being in the way. My sister Megan is 32 and has Tourette's that makes her elbow people, stomp, and yell, ha ha ha, loud enough to stop conversations 3 rooms away. When I was 7, her tic grabbed my hair and slammed my head into the wall. Mom's response was, she's having such a hard day, go play in your room. That set the pattern for the next 21 years. But for one perfect moment last winter, I forgot about patterns. Max proposed at midnight on New Year's Eve, right as fireworks exploded. He held my face in his hands and said, you deserve to be someone's first priority. I sobbed so hard I could barely say yes. For 3 whole days I called friends, posted pictures, and planned venues. I was just Michelle, not Megan's sister, not the family shock absorber, just a woman in love planning her perfect day. Then my mom called. I've been saving for this since you were little. Let me pay for everything. Her voice dripped honey, but I should have tasted the poison underneath. We talked flowers and venues for 20 minutes before she dropped it. Of course Megan will be your maid of honor, standing right behind you during the ceremony. I'm paying, so I get to choose at least one bridesmaid. That's the rule. Right behind me, within elbow range. During the moment I'm supposed to hear Max say his vows. Mom, you know how her tics get in crowds. They hardly ever happen anymore. She lied, like I hadn't seen Megan break a window last week. If you loved your sister, you'd trust her. The thing about growing up with Megan is that you learn to gauge distances. 3 feet means you're safe from the elbow. 5 feet protects you from the flailing. But 0 feet, standing right in front of her while reading my vows, that's asking to get hit. When I was 12, Megan threw a dinner plate at my face during Christmas. 7 stitches above my eyebrow, but I had to clean up the blood while Mom comforted Megan. By 16, I learned to back up everything twice. Her stomping tic had destroyed too many things that mattered to me while Mom bought Megan weighted blankets and told me to be understanding. At 22, I watched Megan elbow a pregnant woman at our cousin's wedding. The woman doubled over, clutching her stomach. Mom convinced everyone she was being dramatic about the pain. That was the moment I realized my mother wasn't just enabling Megan, she was complicit. I told Mom no. Megan could come to the rehearsal dinner, the reception, everything except the ceremony. I even offered the church's nursery room where she could watch on a TV screen. Then I'm not paying for anything, Mom snapped. Fine, Max and I will cover it. The next 3 weeks were hell. Mom called relatives saying I was ableist and cruel. She showed up at my apartment with Megan to practice being calm. Within 10 minutes, Megan's elbow tic activated and shattered my living room mirror. Glass everywhere. Mom stood saying, this is what happens when you stress her out by excluding her. She's picking up on your rejection. Fast forward to the night before my wedding. My dad called. Your mother's planning to come anyway. She says you can't stop a mother from seeing her daughter's wedding. I knew she meant it. Mom had spent 28 years making sure I understood my place. Megan's punching bag, both literally and figuratively. Every scar on my body had a matching excuse from Mom. Every meltdown I had from Megan's sudden screaming tics was punished as not being supportive. But I wasn't 7 anymore. The morning of, my hands shook as I applied my lipstick. Today, I'd either have the wedding I dreamed of or lose my family forever. When Mom and Megan arrived early at the church, I met them in the lobby, my heart hammering against my ribs. Mom, I want to show you something, I said, leading them down the hall. Remember the nursery room idea? It has the most beautiful view of the altar. Come see. The room was perfect. Padded carpet, soft lighting, and a large TV showing the empty sanctuary. Mom walked in first, Megan behind her. They moved toward the screen, discussing the angle. I'll just grab my phone to show you how clear the audio is, I said, stepping backward through the door. I pulled it shut and turned the lock. My hand trembled on the cold metal. 28 years of being the good daughter ended with one small click. The pounding started immediately. Mom's muffled shrieks, Megan's ha 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 echoing off the walls. But those padded walls that kept crying babies from disturbing sermons, they worked. I walked back to the bridal suite and put on my dress. As the makeup artist worked, I felt something shift inside me. Not guilt, but relief. Pure, overwhelming relief. An hour later, I stood at the altar watching Max's face as he read his vows. His voice never wavered, never paused. Every word exactly as he wrote them, exactly as I dreamed. The ceremony was perfect and silent, except for happy tears and whispered promises. After the reception, I played dumb. Oh my god, that door's been sticking. I told the venue about it last week. Thank goodness you could watch on the screen. Mom couldn't speak through her fury, just glared like I'd committed murder. Hello? Megan, surprisingly, had stayed calm the entire time when she wasn't being enabled. I'm free now, but orphaned by choice. Max's parents walked me down the aisle while Mom watched from that locked room, seeing another woman take her place. They call every Sunday. My birth family? Silent. Before Mom left the church, she cornered me and said, you're dead to me. I smiled. Yeah, I learned from the best.